absolutely.
All right.
Debatably, but probably objectively, the most interesting tier to talk about in any tier list.
I highly agree. These are the characters that like are you can be very serious with, and you know, I feel like at this point you can't say that you're held back by your character, right?
Yeah. Once you get to like maybe the very bottom of this tier is like, oh, I could be playing a better character and be doing better.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm looking over it now, and it's like,
if your character's here, it's your fault most of the time, unless it's a specific matchup that you just ran into.
yeah, that's true. Like they most definitely can be solo main viable, and they might need a character for one really problematic matchup.
What I said to KBK before the stream started a while ago is I said, basically, a mid tier or a high tier is just a mid tier with more consistency. That consistency being I'm not gonna run into as many bad matchups. Other than that, they're about equal skill. They're about equal power level.
That's true. That's
It's
true.
like, oh, I get to avoid I get to avoid a certain -2, couple -2s here and there. Like, just aren't my problem anymore. Until you get to the top of high tier where it's like these characters are almost really cracked. They just have one or two really bad matchups that hold them back.
It's really one bad weakness. Like their entire kit is really good usually, but then they'll have this one thing that like, man, I just can't really compensate.
That one thing is exploited by one top tier, and that kind of holds them back. Or two top tiers sometimes. Usually two. And fun fact, it almost always involves Pikachu, Shulker's ESS.
Yeah, that is true.
Always.
All right, so getting into the bottom of our low-high tier, you mentioned before that this is a character that you're like, yeah, I could probably be playing a better character. There's no character that better fits that archetype than Marth. You know, it's like just play Lucina, but you know.
The thing about Marth, this is less about balance and like how good he is, but just like the point of Marth is to space, and the point of Lucina is to space. Whereas with Roy, it's to play rush down in their face, and with Chrom, it's to play rush down at sword distance. So the existence of Lucina basically invalidates Marth entirely because they have the exact same playstyle.
Yeah, that's very true, and she's just significantly safer. Edgeguard's better. There's a lot of reasons, but let's focus less on why Lucina's better and more why is Marth here when Corrin and Byleth are down here. You know?
And there's one really big reason. That is frame 4 invincible, up B out of shield.
That's really about it. I mean, on top of that,
he can move a little bit better than those other two. Like he's pretty fast on the ground, in the air. But mostly it's just he can play defensive really well. He can just wall you out for days.
Yeah, it's like Byleth down tilt is a lot more committable. Corrin down tilt is a little bit more committable.
Down tilt is -7 at point blank.
Yeah, it's like the character, he's got a lot of like really good attributes to him. It's just unfortunate that his strengths over Lucina aren't enough to be like, yeah, he's at the same level or same tier.
Yeah. His weaknesses are really just they're almost non-existent. It's just lack of consistency with tippers being so unreliable in this game with so much hurt box shifting and short characters. But that and just he doesn't really have a good burst option.
Yeah, that's true too. He can't really like if he's forced to approach, if someone has the range advantage, like someone with a projectile, he does struggle a lot.
Yeah. It's just, you know, he's very good matchup spread. Sometimes he's just gonna crumple because he doesn't work.
Yeah. His strength over Lucina is being less bitch made. That's true.
Very true. You get the Poggers tipper effect and you get random crits.
Yeah. Overall, I think Marth is a great character. I think he's underrated by a lot of people. People try to put him down with like Kirby, and I'm like, no, you're crazy.
It's like, no, come on. Even if he was just Sours, he would probably still be better than like Ridley.
Yeah.
He's got a sword. That's all you really need.
He's got a sword, really uncommittable, neutral, pretty decent juggles, and you can't contest his recovery. That's another big thing.
So few characters can even touch him off stage, and most of the characters who can only sometimes get an edge guard. Sometimes. It takes a lot to get around Joker down B. Marth can, sometimes.
Yeah, if he just goes low enough. Invincible, like, I seen it in chat, but Marth's up B is frame 1 invincible in the air, so
Funny.
yeah. So, oddly hard to actually keep this guy in disadvantage for too long. Obviously, if you know it's coming, that's a big punish, but
Yeah.
you know.
Just place a block hole. Okay, next character.
All right, next character we have Ryu
From Streets.
from the streets. Okay, so
Oh, sorry. You go.
there is there's an opinion flying around since Ryu's in that category of like, yeah, there's probably just someone better. There's this opinion flying around that Ryu is just better Kin because he has a better neutral, and while that is a little slightly based,
Slightly, very slightly.
yeah, very slightly. At the same time, it just Ryu.
I'll take over. It
Yeah,
just doesn't matter. His fireball, it's good, sure. Guess what? Shield it. Does he get anything? No.
Yeah.
What does Ken get if you go into shield against him? Everything.
Yeah.
He gets everything. Ryu needs to get in because his fireball is barely forcing anything out of anyone. Ken gets in and wins for free.
Yeah. Collarbone breaker on Ryu is really slow and it's not gonna hit anyone.
You can spot dodge after the first hit. Like, it's just so, and like it's just like you're not. He has to get in and then apply his honestly mediocre shield pressure, which it should be really good because he can mash tilts. Those tilts don't do anything, and when they cancel into something, barely any shield damage. Whereas Ken can cancel into, he can do like up tilt, down smash, then cancel into a move that annihilates your shield and is only like -3.
I would, however, argue that Ryu's better online specifically because of raw kill power. Like raw Tatsu, that actually kills it. Like, yeah, that actually
down
kills.
Tilt being able to combo is so much better than up tilt being able to combo on Wi-Fi. And he has the fireball, which like projectiles will.
Yeah. So, but since we're trying to keep it as competitive as possible, and for the future of Smash Ultimate,
Online doesn't exist.
Yeah, online doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's just slower. His neutral is better, but that's like dirt versus sand. Neither of them are that good. He forces approaches in the sense that you jump over it and then get a free punish. And he just has less of everything Ken has. But hey, fireball.
True. But all right, I think that wraps up Ryu. Honestly, I'm not a Ryu expert, but I
used to play the character. I know a lot about his meta. It's just a lot of Ryu player like the Ryu take is that like no, he's better than Ken, but also the Ryu take is that he's top 15. So don't listen to people who main a character ever.
Yeah, you always have to like listen to what the character main says and then put them like a tier or two below that actually.
Yeah. Listen to what they say, keep it in mind. Don't actually think about it that often though.
Unless they're a top tier, then you have to move them like up a tier than what they'd actually say. Yeah.
Take their matchup chart, move everyone a little bit lower than where they are.
Yeah. All right. So, next character, Min Min.
The top tier according to some people that are very wrong.
Yeah, I think online really do be eating people by the balls.
Online and just like Japan playing, people are like, oh, they have results in Japan, and it's like, yeah. So does Falcon. Every character.
Yeah.
So does these random characters that don't
Piranha.
Don't need like
Piranha. Doc.
Hero. Yeah, like citing Japan as it's not like they play the game incorrectly. But the way they play the game is specifically in the case of Min Min will inherently give her a huge advantage. A huge advantage. Trying to play patient against Min Min will not work. Believe it or not.
Unless you're Steve.
Yeah.
And then you might card on reaction.
Then you run forward. First you play patient, then you run forward. But basically, one-dimensional character is gonna have a really short segment. She keeps people out really well. But the characters that get in just press buttons and she says, oh.
It's also worth mentioning that anyone who can jump like above her just destroys her. She has no real good hitbox above her.
Yeah, she's like nair as it's the closest thing. And then she has to commit to a jump. But her airspeed is also terrible. And her jump doesn't even go that high.
Yeah.
It's like, and then what do you get? An anti-air. Okay.
And if someone does double jump, you might be able to catch their landing as Min Min, sure. But if they're just landing on top of you, how are you going to catch their landing?
Yeah, like you have up smash, okay, good. Yeah, you're gonna get that baited out easily because you threaten with nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like look at like think about just the best. Who you think the best character in the game is? Who do you think is around them?
Mm-hmm.
How many of those characters besides Peach lose to Min Min?
Yeah. On top of that, it's like her recovery is actually not that good.
For some reason, you're like, wow, look at it tethering from like across the stage. Okay, go drop down there.
I mean, yes, the tether, but also it's a lot shorter than like almost any tether.
It's a bad recovery.
Yeah.
It's just obnoxious because online is hard to edgeguard people, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Once America has their scene back, Min Min's gonna fall off hard with the advent of just a lot of people press buttons here, and that won't really let Min Min play the game that often.
God, Snake is just gonna destroy that character.
Like literally, like she gets forced to approach by like maybe a couple characters, and those matches are rough.
Mm-hmm.
Because dude, just play like go Snake, double jump over her, play C4, then run away. Now she has to move out of the way.
Yeah. Also,
now where she can't.
Also, I don't know if this is a thing that happens, but Snake dash attack might just clink and possibly beat out her F smash.
Yeah, of course, it's Snake. Mm-hmm. It's Snake.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm gonna throw a grenade. Okay, now you have to go catch it.
Also, you might
get to stop your pressure.
You might even have to angle it down against Snake, because what if he ducks underneath it?
Yeah, what if he crouches?
Yeah.
But yeah, overall pretty solid at keeping some characters out who struggle with zoners.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you have a tool to get in, you get in. Doesn't need to be that good of one.
Yeah, invalidates some characters, but completely
Not
shit
good
stomped
ones.
by others. Yeah.
Next character.
All right. Yeah. Next character
Samus.
is hold on. Who do you say? Samus. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, don't tell Prototype about this one.
Yeah. Now, do you think Here's the thing. Do you think Prototype would say she's too high or too low?
I think she's like a borderline top tier.
Dang, really? Huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, Samus, she zones, and she's kind of bad at boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it,
so
really.
So she has good ledge trapping. That's a plus, and it's really obnoxious for a lot of characters to actually get in on her. If they don't have impressive speed or a reflector, she does kind of run over people. Actually, really good burst option and dash attack. It kills. Catches.
Yeah, shield's really good.
Yes, up a shield, amazing. Catches landing with tether grab really easily.
Or charge shot with a +4 if half charge or whatever.
Yes. So this character will get reset after reset after reset, and that damage will tack on. And if you just don't approach her, or try to abuse her not having a good approach herself, those are free charge shots, and one of them might hit you. One of them will hit you.
Eventually, you're gonna mess up eventually, because then it's like, oh, missile. Oops, this time it was a charge shot.
Yeah. And
her main problem is just if you can jump at her, which a lot of good characters can, she kind of loses. There's a weird propaganda going around about Samus not being a zoner and how she's actually supposed to be rushing you down, but that's not true.
Yeah.
Not true at all.
I think anyone that can force her to approach just makes her lose, unfortunately. So people with like a reflect, you can legitimately camp this character out, because their main option to approach is Zair and dash attack.
And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
They're both lead to a lot of reward, and they're both kind of like easy to beat out by just not Zair, but that reward is so low.
Yeah. It's like if you have the stock lead against this character, oof.
Yeah. And then it's me change my mind. She loses to everyone. Okay. Next character.
All right, Pichu.
Fallen from Grace Angle. God damn it. Angel.
Mm-hmm. So.
Pichu used to be a top tier. He is not anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the damage nerfs he had, or the damage nerfs to himself, in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's just made it so that this character's a lot more of a commitment to camp with this character, because adding on percent when you're so light is such a big deal.
He's so explosive, both like to himself and to the opponent. His biggest problem is just zero range.
Yeah. On top of
But
that,
for
he can get walled out really, really hard. And in this game, a lot of the characters, especially above him, can throw out moves that not only are safe and uncommittable buttons to press, but will also kill him.
yeah, he also has zero. He will never win a trade. If he jumps at the opponent and hits them, and Marth uses a sour spot fair, Marth's gonna win the trade.
Yeah.
But he is super. He's very strong. His kill power is so much there. You just will randomly die from, oh, I got back air F tilted. Okay. Or oh, his spike has no sour spot and I just died off stage. And you know, once he's short, and if you're short, you have an instant even or winning on some top tiers.
Yeah, he still has loops too, like back air up tilt, back air up tilt.
Oh yeah, that stuff is obnoxious to deal with.
His F smash kills so early too. If you get nared and you miss that tech, you might be dead.
They're really good jab blocks. And it's like, oh, I teched it. Okay, he's so good at chasing techs too. He's fast. He's very fast. His disadvantage is pretty alright. He has agility, which has no hitbox, but like you still can't hit it.
Yeah, it is invincible, which I know a lot of Pikachu mains. It's as privileged as that character is, they will complain about that.
Bring back 64 Pikachu. He really needs it.
Min Min invalidates every character below her in my eyes, but she gets ass fucked by every top tier. Do as you may with that. Yeah, no, that is 100% correct. But the unfortunate thing that keeps her from being any higher is the people above her matter.
Yeah. Congrats on the +3 on Little Mac.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, everyone else also does that.
But she does beat our next character though.
That is true.
Ken.
You know,
we talked about Ryu a little bit earlier. And it applies. He has really good shield pressure, really strong, super consistent killing, and really good ledge trapping.
Dude, just down tilt at ledge. Just so stupid.
Dude, like literally, like down tilt at ledge and randomly press up B. You might just win. His problem is zero range. His combo starters are all really tiny, and even his non-combo starters have no range. His mobility is average. He can't turn around in the air at all. His jump-ins are jump-ins.
Yeah.
There's zero mix.
He doesn't have like a burst option either outside of dash attack, because his Tatsu's definitely not Ryu Tatsu.
Yeah, he has like maybe like run-in up tilt. Yeah. That's kind of it, and that's not even that big. And it's just like he gets walled, he gets camped, but when he gets in, okay, thanks for the 50%, and now you're at kill percent.
Yeah, but realistically,
range is immediately better than Terry with Go.
Yeah, no, you do side die so early with Ken having any amount of rage on him. Hold on, let me see who's next before I decide to transition next or not. Okay, no, we have a little ways until we talk about Terry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really boils down to his jump-ins are actually pretty good, but they're also
good, but they are jump-ins.
Yeah, just anti-air dash attack. A lot of characters dash attacks just completely beat it. And even if he like tries to mix it up, like, oh, I'm gonna air dodge this time. Okay, you air dodge through my dash attack. Neutral's reset. You didn't gain anything. I didn't get it. I didn't lose anything.
And now Ken has to get back in.
Yeah.
It's just rough for him, but once again, swing factor's pretty strong. He beats a lot of characters because, oh, you didn't wall me perfectly the entire stock. It's too bad.
Oh shit. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I'm sorry. I'm sorry again.
Should I go over the next character or my own? Wait for this. He ain't answered. Ken is just Chad Luigi. That's incorrect. Luigi's way cooler than Ken. Luigi's like Chad Ken. Oh, okay. Yeah, next character is Chic. So, Chic, very good neutral, very fast. She has needles, insane frame data, really good safety on shield, pretty good recovery, good ledge trapping.
Can't juggle her.
We all know.
Yeah.
We all know what I'm about to say.
It's quite the opposite of Ken, actually.
So true, actually. Yeah, actually, you're right. These are just actually polar opposites. Chad design, yeah.
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 Yeah. But she's definitely the archetype of I win neutral for free, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you know, if you start trading with her, you know you'll see that she doesn't win it as free as you'd think, and I feel like that's a counterplay a lot of people, especially around like our level and slightly below our level, forget. You just have to trade with this character, and that's really the counterplay. You'll always win.
Strongest hitbox.
Mm-hmm. You don't even have to outrange her, really. You can just throw out a hitbox at the same time as her, and you'll still win.
She has really mediocre out of shield with just like a nair that leads into nothing and is mostly negative on hit most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she is fast, she can use movement, but her whiff punish is like dash attack.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, she also has no disjoints aside from slightly unfair, very slightly. It's like almost not there
like,
though.
It's like Wario fair disjoint. It's like, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she wins neutral a lot, doesn't get a whole lot off of it, and don't listen to Chic mains. She does not have consistent killing. Can she kill? Yes. Is it that great? No.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of situational confirms, and like, yeah, you can get it. She can DI read down throw up air at 150. Cool. It's not good.
Yeah, everyone else.
She just gives you free rage.
Mm-hmm. And pretty much everyone else above her, you know, gets those same kill confirms, but a lot more consistently, and they don't have to make they don't have to put in nearly as much effort.
Yeah. Next character, wow, you're just getting it's Kin, and then opposite Kin, and now it's just Kin again. Green Kin.
All right, Green Kin. Now the reason why Green Kin is better than Red Kin is he has a really good neutral, and he boxes well.
Yeah, his frame data. Oh my god, if he jumps in, it's like, well, am I gonna wait for him to fair and then do something, or is he just not gonna fair? Is he gonna throw out two different aerials I didn't even think of?
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, he has a good disadvantage too.
Oh yeah, frame 1 invincibility reversal. Wow. And yeah, Zaire, pretty crazy. His problems are he's not that fast on the ground. His jump is super high, which doesn't matter that much when you have that kind of frame data, but you know, someone can just run under you sometimes.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
His grab, I won't say it would be better if he had normal grab, because he can use normal grab, or he can use his tether grab to space really well, but it is frame 14.
Yeah, we should also mention that a big thing that won't really show up in the high tiers that often, but will prevent people from being top tier, is he loses to an entire archetype, and that archetype being Swordies.
Absolutely. If you lose to Swordies, if you lose to Rushdown, you're not top tier.
Yeah. Mewtwo King and Salem want to say that this character's sleeper top tier. There's no way. You can't lose to an entire archetype. You can't lose to an entire archetype and be top tier. However, he's still
archetype.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still really good.
Yeah. Yeah. All things considered, I think that wraps up Luigi.
Yeah. Next
all right.
Character. Wow,
Falcon.
It's Kin again.
Yeah. A lot of explosive characters. A lot of explosive.
I was looking at the next characters. Like, yeah, we're running into like 5 Kins in a row. But yeah, Blue Kin, Chick Kin, if you will. He is strong. I mean, I feel like I'm repeating myself. He's really strong. His neutral sucks.
Yeah, his neutral sucks. He does, however, have a good fire, like quote unquote fireball. He's got
laser.
His strengths that he excels in. Yes, he does get edge guarded a lot harder than some of the characters below him. Like obviously, Pichu and Chic probably make it back for free. His juggles is really his strong suit, which I will say is unique compared to everyone else below him. He can be up to wherever you are in a second, and if you're sleeping on him, he will kill you off of it.
His IDJ literally will cover like above the top battlefield platform.
He doesn't
frames shield.
He doesn't have any crazy kill confirms, but he still has ones that will wake you up if you get hit by them.
Yeah, he has the most consistent killing, but it doesn't matter when you get to 70 off of a neutral loss, and then he gets a random reset, and now you're at 140.
Yeah, but you know, this a very common theme in this tier, as you know, as we're going over with all the kins, is being slow, having a poor neutral, and getting outboxed by a lot of characters is really, really important in this game, because a lot of the characters above these characters are either really fast, have really good neutrals, or boxes really well.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, good job. Alright. Next character. This character can be considered a kin in sort of ways. Turtlekin, aka Bowser.
Yeah.
Has good neutral, which is, you know, not like kin. The difference is that his neutral is inadvertently might as well be bad, because off of a neutral loss, he takes the damage he deals out.
Yeah, that's true. He gets edge guarded super hard, which, you know, is never really a good thing. He does have a lot more mix-ups than everyone else, and I won't say he's more explosive than everyone else, because that's just not true. His damage output isn't that crazy. Yes, he has flame breath, but you know, if
Jumping breath is like the mix-up that never loses.
yeah, like even if you shield it, it's gonna shield poking, and you're still gonna take 20.
Yeah, it's very funny.
He boxes really well in comparison to a lot of the other people here as well, just because he's really, really fast. He has intangibility on his F tilt and his up tilt. Juggles really well just because his ground speed is actually insane. Having one of the highest dash speeds in the game is crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird.
A threatening.
He had a shield.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Really safe. Disadvantage on shield, not in the air, but on shield. His only real notable things in disadvantage that you have to look out for is like random down B or random down air. It's like
It's literally that. Just stand beside him instead of below him. And
yeah.
every character with a stone pull.
Yeah, if you respect that, then if you respect that and still are able to extend your punishes effectively enough to, you know, make sure that you're getting a good amount of damage on him with each exchange, you'll more often than not win more whenever you hit this character than he'll win whenever you hit him.
Yeah.
All right.
Big damage.
Yeah, big damage and kills pretty consistently. This character, you know, if he gets you with a good read and F smash lands, there's a good chance you're dead at 40.
Right. Nice character.
Yep. All right, next character.
Ken with hat.
Ken with hat. All right, we finally gotten to my personal favorite Ken.
Yeah, this rounds out the kins for this tier.
So, obviously, Ken and Ken with hat are pretty far away, right? And as someone who actually played a shit ton of Terry, and I feel like I played a lot against a lot of Terrys as well. Not just How Do You Ken, although he is a pretty okay player.
I like it.
But anyways, Terry has a lot of really good options. Obviously, he can run behind his fireball, which inherently makes his neutral a lot better than regular Ken. He has F tilt, which confirms into things, like confirms into kills as well. Down tilt concern. Oh yeah, he's always guaranteed to get like at least 30 damage if he hits you with something as non-committable as a jab.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. He has a good,
minimum.
yeah. He has a really good burst option, which Ken lacks, and the ability to just run up to you and crack shoot, because it crosses over, and you know if he does it right in your face, there's probably in most situations you're not gonna be able to follow him and catch him for doing crack shoot.
Hashtag's a pretty good burst option too.
Yes, that's true. It kills randomly.
Great. I needed it.
He has throw confirms as well, which is unlike a lot of the other. I mean, it is still a DI mix-up, but you know the other Shotos don't even have those. So,
best thing about Terry's got to be like, well, not best, but one of the best compared to him is that if you're at ledge, it's an actual advantage because he has side B. Whereas against like Ken, it's like, oh, I'm in the middle, oh, I'm in the corner, oh, I'm at ledge. I'm dying the same percent anyways.
Yeah, that is true. I think as far as Terry's weaknesses over Ken, obviously his recovery is not the best because in order to get the invincibility, you have to hold down, which you know you can definitely do, especially if you're put in a tumble and you know use your tumble to hold down because you know you won't fast fall while you're in tumble and all that good stuff. So you can get it pretty consistently, but you still don't snap ledge. So it's, you know, even if you do get the
Yeah.
invincibility, you still get 2-frame pretty easily. On top of that, he air to airs really poorly. He air to airs really, really poorly.
Okay, maybe if he does like raw back air, but why are you using raw back air as Terry?
Yeah, even that's pretty committable. It's
Yeah,
like,
because it shows it auto cancels, but you're not landing with it at all.
yes, he gets confirms off of just the late hit of Nair, and that's great. But at the same time, it's so stubby that if you're thinking about air to airing, it won't matter in that context.
Yeah, Terry is such a grounded character, like the other Shotos, but except his ground game is just better. Both their jump ins are about the same, but Terry has better ground game. That's what really matters. Because it's just better.
Yeah.
Also, Power Dunk's a way better reversal than Shoryuken.
Yes, that's true. Oh, dude, I reversals. Dude, I have this one really funny clip. I'm gonna have to show it on stream later. Fucking the Greninja. One of my practice partners was playing Greninja, and he just tried to up air stringing me. I got to the top of the blast zone, and he tried to end it, and I just power dunked, and he just died off the top of 20.
Wake Up Shoryuken is like a joke in this game. Wake Up Power Dunk is real.
That's true.
Okay. Next character. The North Carolina hero, if you will. Cloud.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this character is probably popular everywhere, but very specifically, everyone has a Pocket Cloud, right?
Yeah. It's pretty obvious. A lot of these characters are here because they have a thing and they don't have a thing. And they're kind of easy to talk about. Cloud is the exact same way. What does he have? A sword. What doesn't he have? Anything else?
Yeah, his sword is a really good strength, right? It's like he does this one thing, and that one thing is so strong that, for a lot of the same reasons as these other characters, just invalidates other characters. Like, some people just don't have an answer for Cloud back air. Yes, you can edge guard Cloud, and that's nice, but at the same time, I feel like he gets limit up pretty consistently. So if he's in a really tight bind, it's not gonna matter that much.
Yeah, you can just jump over people legitimately and then just back air. Oh, I'm safe.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah.
Up a shield.
Oh yeah, up a shield. It's not very fast. It really isn't. But at the same time, it is huh?
It's only frame 7.
Yeah, it's only frame 7. So in comparison to, Bowser, it's only a frame difference really. But in comparison to some of the other silly things, Game & Watch, Mario, all that other silly stuff, it does have crazy range though. Actually.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably
It's not double-sided, but it's so big.
Yeah. If you space your fair as like Marth or Lucina and you forget to drift back afterwards, he will catch you.
It does get low profile, but how many characters actually take advantage of that?
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. He also just has a random explosive factor in limit, which honestly he probably didn't even need. He's pretty strong even without that, but that just really kind of pushes him to this point.
Inconsistent explosive factor that he has.
Yeah. The problems with Cloud, obviously, he's not gonna have a limit every time you throw him off stage, and not having a snapping recovery, yikes.
Yeah, his neutral very linear. Damage output is very below average.
If you have
0 combos. If
you have an answer for back air, you instantly have a much easier time against Cloud.
Yeah.
Not to mention, he doesn't have a really good forward-facing aerial aside from Nair. So he kind of has Donkey Kong syndrome.
Yeah.
But
Cloud jumps at you forward, literally just air to air, just anti-air them or air to air them. They can't do anything.
Yeah, comes out so. Cloud's pretty honest, like you know what he's going to do. Yes, and that's legitimately what's keeping him back.
It's just we all know what's coming. It's just you jumped. I wonder what comes next.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of mix up, and if your character can afford to shield a lot, Cloud doesn't get anything off grabs either. So.
Yeah. And that's basically it. very one-dimensional. Still pretty solid because he has a sword.
Yep. All right, next character. Let's
Oh,
see.
everyone's favorite Wi-Fi character.
Oh yeah.
Ness.
So speaking of Wi-Fi character, this character has a lot of results. Best Ness is one of the best Wi-Fi players. Who would have guessed?
Yeah. Basically, he has hella buttons, he boxes really well, he invalidates some zoners just because of the down B. Combos are really good. His juggling's pretty alright with PK Thunder, very non-committal. And he can do two aerials and a short hop. He can mix and match them too.
Yeah.
Kill reversal throw. Very stupid.
Yeah, kill reversal throw. PK Fire invalidates some characters because they don't have a way to deal with it.
He's SDI at it, by the way. I didn't know this until I played a little bit of Chrome versus Ness versus Steve. Some characters have so much harder of a time at SDIing out of it.
Yeah. On top of that, I feel like catching this character's landing is like almost impossible just because he has so many mix-ups. The diagonal PK Fire, he can B reverse it as well, wave bounce it, down B magnets, magnet stall, or he might just fast fall nair. His air dodge is so good too.
Yeah.
It's like, and he can like double jump cancel, so many weird wacky things, and it makes it so if you don't have a disjoint, there's a very good chance you just lose to this character.
If you do have a disjoint,
yeah, you just win.
It's Luigi syndrome. You got a sword, you win. You don't lose.
Character doesn't have a crazy out of shield option. Nair's all right.
Frame 7.
Yeah, frame 7 out of shield. Pretty okay. And he gets tech chase situations off of it too. So not the worst thing in the world, but you know.
How's Yo-Yo?
Yo-Yo will also invalidate some characters as well if you specifically you don't snap a ledge.
Very sad.
Yeah, it's a very common theme, but yeah, these characters just kind of invalidate certain characters, but don't have like a whole lot of strengths against a lot of the other top tiers or other strong characters.
Yep.
All right.
On to the final low high tier character. Everyone's favorite monkey. Very funny monkey.
Yeah. This character is one of those that are kind of
in the name.
Huh?
You're supposed to say the name of the character.
Oh yeah, Diddy Kong, our boy. So Diddy Kong has a lot of contention right now, right? Because Tweak putting in work with this character. Character's so freeform, and you never really know what this character is going to do because everyone can play him different. I know the man whose name shall not be spoken played him very defensive, but Tweak plays him very aggressive. And there's a lot of things that you can do with Diddy, and it makes him very unpredictable. But at the same time, he just loses like so many matchups that he really shouldn't be losing. Like he has so many good matchups against. Like he's the Kirby of this tier, right? He beats Swordies, which is godlike in this meta, right? And Tweak says he might beat Pikachu, but that's a huge stretch.
Cap.
Yeah, that's cap.
That's cap.
And obviously having Banana on the ground or in hand with it being intangible is really strong because it just makes it so either people can't land, people can't run at you. It cuts off a lot of things and allows Diddy Kong to kind of control neutral. There's a reason why people say Diddy Kong has Banana. All right, he just is neutral.
But he loses to Isabelle and Villager and Simon and these terrible characters, which admittedly is not as important as losing to top tiers. But there's just so many characters who just say, "Oh, I have a projectile."
Yeah, if you can just say no to Diddy Kong's game, then he just I don't know.
Doesn't play.
Yeah,
he's very poor at rushing without Banana.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that he loses those weird like Lucas, right? So severely, it doesn't make up for, oh, I might go even with this top tier, right?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, he doesn't hard win or win enough like top tier matchups to make up for the fact that he just hard loses so many other matchups, you know?
To reiterate, he loses to Isabelle. Isabelle's a bottom 3 character in our opinion.
That's
And
true.
she just says, "Oh, no banana." He says, "You're right."
Damn, I guess you are the neutral now.
Oh yeah, worst part is Isabelle gets banana. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, she
Yeah.
plays like 2 traps on the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
the Kong grab is really good though.
Yeah.
That's about it. Or that'll round off high tier minus.
Yes, this is the completed. Take a good look. Mike's not here.
Thank God. The thing
oh,
is,
man.
we've seen high tier minus, high tier plus is just imagine Diddy Kong's projectile weakness, but if it was like half the projectile characters, not all of them.
Oh, dude. There. All right. I didn't notice how chat was going off. Pecans is here. Welcome to the chat,
Lord.
Pecans.
Oh, he's spamming.
Yeah. Let's see here.
His rushdown is comparable to Chic without banana? No. No.
Yeah. Diddy Kong's rushdown is pretty good against very select characters, but that's about it, right? Like he does just kind of beat sorties, which you know, like these characters is like that's like
Kin.
yeah, reverse kin. But yeah,
Everyone is kin.
in my opinion, though, depending on like I don't know a lot of factors, he could go up to like the bottom of high tier, but you know, it's like yeah, I think his weakness, huh?
Because these are still high tiers.
Yes. All right. So speaking of that next tier, the high tiers that we're gonna get into, first character in high tier is oh yeah, the only me that we rated.
Yeah, the other Miis aren't real characters. This Mii is like borderline not a real character, but he has enough things for me to be like, yeah, you exist.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Me Gunner and Me Brawler are not, or Me Gunner and Me Swordfighter are not sleeper top tiers. They just aren't on this list at all. They were, they'd probably be like maybe in mid, but that'd be such an uneducated guess.
Yeah. I think this character, it has so many random kill confirms. I remember seeing a video that was like guaranteed kill confirms on every character from 0. Even with even with DI out and air dodge and doing their fastest option, right? It's why does this character have these? And they're not like true in like training mode, right? He has so many combos that if you were to do it in training mode, it'll tell you they're not true. But if you put up the training mode mod, the character like just can destroy these characters. On top of that, he has a lot of other good tools. Like yes, he might not box the best, right? He's kind of stubby, but
hella fast.
Yeah, hella fast.
Baller too.
Good burst range.
Very threatening pivot grab, or not pivot grab. Very threatening tomahawk grab. Cause oops, Thruppered.
Yeah, that's true. He can just steal games sometimes.
He can have great attitude, or he can have a great upbeat, or he can have a great recovery, or he's all these are a really good projectile, or like he has a lot of versatility.
Yeah, that projectile also ledge traps, by the way, if you're on Battlefield, because if you like,
Stupid move.
if you aim it to bounce once and then roll or bounce off the platform of Battlefield, it legitimately will stay in like neutral get up jump position for like 30 frames. That shit's crazy. But yeah, Me Brawler is low-key kind of stupid. Oh, also, I should mention, up tilt hits super below platforms. So if he's platform camping you, oh man, Mac would hate this matchup. If he's platform camping you and he's just spamming up tilt and you ever try to contest him, there's a good chance. Huh?
Wait, up tilt hits below platform. Hold
yes,
on.
it does.
Is it
It
2
does.
frames? Up tilt 2 frames.
I don't know if it.
No,
I don't
wait,
know.
I need to see that. I need to see that.
I don't know if it 2 frames, but I do know that it scoops like people below platforms. I remember that was a big thing people were talking about for a while, and it makes it so if you know he's like just camping on top platform of Battlefield and you can test him and he hits you with an up tilt, you might get thruppered. So
yeah,
it's
hitbox is dumb.
yeah.
Like your gas is broke. His frame data is stupid. His advantage on shield is like so good.
Yeah, his downside, he's stubby. That's really it. And his recovery might not be the best.
Inconsistent is a little inconsistent.
Mhm.
Or his killing is a little inconsistent. It's mostly just ledge traps, but then it's like, oh, it's inconsistent, and then you get grabbed at 50 and die anyways. So it kind of
Yeah.
balances itself out with the cheese.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm proud to put him here. I think Meat Brawler's probably one of the most fun characters in the game. Glad to have ranked
He
him.
wasn't me, I'd probably play him more.
Yeah, that's true. That's like what it boils down to. The degenerate. It's like you're a degenerate for playing a me.
I'm sorry, I just cannot fuck with me's. I don't care how fun they are.
All right. So next character. On our
Sleeper top 2 in the 64 meta.
6. Yeah. True. True.
True.
This character, as I've been discovering recently for no apparent reason, has a lot of just I don't lose matchups. I might not win all of them, but I also don't lose almost any.
It's linked, by the way. For the VOD.
Oh yeah, it's linked. Yeah, it's linked for the VOD.
Yeah, bomb is stupid. Boomerang is also stupid. The shield is stupid. Nair is stupid. Up air is stupid. Everything this character has is so cheese, and it all works so well.
Hella kill power. F tilt just covers so much, and it's so active.
He has a sword.
2-hit F smash. It's like, I mean, that's not huge, but like, I don't know. If you parry the first hit, you might get caught off guard by the second.
Everything better except for Nair. Yeah. The only difference is like Yink has less range too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Less kill power. Less raw kill power, I should say.
And I think that is pretty big actually.
Yeah.
Bomb lead trappings.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good. He has like so many things. He has a lot of versatility and just like, oh, now I'm zoning. Oh, now I'm playing sortie. Oh, now I'm rushing you down.
Yeah, he plays legitimately every aspect of the game really, really well. Just because his buttons up close are crazy, the fact that he has a sword's crazy, a sword that kills really easily, mind you. And his projectiles are, pretty wild. He's not the best at any of those things, but at the same time,
very good at all of them.
Yes, very good at all of them.
What is his problem? A little slow.
Yeah.
His moves aren't that fast. That's it.
Doesn't have a good disadvantage, I will definitely say.
Yeah, he has like fast fall Nair. That's kind of it.
And Nair doesn't come out till frame 7, I'm pretty sure. So that's
Nair's not that fast, but it clanks with every projectile and will probably out prioritize whatever anti-air you're using.
Yeah, kind of weird, but they've kept it that way since like fucking melee. So whatever.
Melee reference, just like directional air dodge.
All right.
Next character.
All right, my boy.
Hero of NC, the hero of the triad.
All right, yeah, hero of the triad, Captain Falcon. All right, so there's a lot of contention for where Falcon is. Japan puts him down with Byleth, which I think is crazy. Yeah. And then ESAM puts him at like top tier, which that's a little much. I think this spot in high tier is perfect for Falcon. He has two weaknesses that aren't like that severe, but they're enough to still hold him back. Like his recovery, it's booty. No one's ignoring that, but at the same time he has ways to mix it up too, right? He has ways to compensate for it, but not compensate in a way that, oh, Joker can't kill. Wait, arson happened at the exact right percent, and now he can kill because he got arson because he's at the percent to kill.
I want to play the Japanese version of Smash Ultimate. Don't press forward.
Yeah. But so there's also, if IDJ and the Raptor Boost buff and all that good stuff did not come through, I would put Falcon down probably around Bowser tier personally. But with how this character's metagame is advancing and how much stuff, like how freeform you can kind of be with this character, he also has an answer for everything. Like he's a worse Palu in a sense, because he.
Say a worse Diddy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that he's, I guess, worse than, but he has a weird he has a weird answer for everything, and that's all pretty much because of his speed. Oh, someone someone's trying to air you, well, his nair does come out pretty fast, and you know he can get in range before they're expecting it. You know, if you know dash attack is a huge hitbox as well, so you know he hits people out of the air with that too. And then he can start forcing people to play 50-50s with is he going to dash attack or is he going to dash grab? And each one of those can lead to the end of a stock. That's another big thing. Falcon
I was
doesn't
about
have.
to say, as someone who plays against Falcon a lot, you just die.
It
Just
might
die.
it might not even be true, but he can cover so many things that getting hit, you just die.
The amount of times I just been grabbed and then I was like, and I got mixed and disadvantaged and I just died to 50 off of like knee. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. This character is probably one of the most explosive characters in the game because of that. It really doesn't boil down to, okay, this is true. While he does have true things, IDJ knee is pretty true for around 10%, and I know that's a little strict, but at the same time, you can probably
Chill
make
at
it.
70.
Yeah. And then you know, he has a lot of good IDJ combos. If you Chugs knows, if you get like Raptor Boost up aired on Battlefield at just the right position, you're like, ah, well, I died at 20.
That left platform, usually it doesn't even have me on the right ever. Always the left. I just like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't go by counterpick.
Yeah, this character is just way too explosive, and we'll get to another character that is kind of similar to Falcon in his weaknesses here in a little bit. But the thing about Falcon is that he has two weaknesses, while not as big as the other character's one weakness, cough cough Greninja. Having two weaknesses makes him struggle a lot more.
Yeah.
And the weaknesses is bad out of shield. His fastest out of shield option is up. Well, his fastest reliable out of shield option is up B at frame 14. And
Hold on, there is something you said though. Up B being a command grab means you cannot use your frame 1 shield thing move. So basically, it kind of says like, yeah, it's slow on paper, but since you can't use your frame 1 protection from out of shield options, you have to either dash back, jump, or press a button.
yeah, or you can do all the pro players do and just you know land on a shield safe and then spot dodge, and it's like, ah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Falcon moment, great character, main of mine. I love him. Yeah.
We get a hashtag SSBU Falcon in chat.
All right, so right next to Falcon, by mere coincidence.
Very coincidental, not even ironic. It just happened to happen that way.
Yeah.
You don't love him. You probably hate playing against him, and Twitter really hates him. Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about this one.
Yeah. So Steve, I mean, you all know, he hits you once, you're at 70. His damage output is legitimately some of the best in the game, maybe even the best in consistency. Cause it's all just happens. Sometimes it gets extended by platforms or materials he has. Sometimes he has stronger materials and now it does more. His shield pressure is also some of the best in the game with just like, oh, up tilt's +1. Oh, I did jab and then I spaced it. Now I'm -10 walking away from you and I'm safe. His out of shield, very non-committal, kind of big. I won't say like cloud up B, but like his short hop forward air is pretty big and it's frame 7. There's no commitment to it because it is safe on shield. His neutral, which I originally thought was bad, I am now realizing I was playing wrong. He can either decide to... He might not look like it, but like Falcon, like Link, and honestly like me Brawler, he has a lot of versatility in what he can do. His is a little more strict than all those characters, but he can either decide, yeah, I'm behind a wall, we're done playing the game for a while, or he can decide, yeah, I'm minecarded, now roll or jump, we're gonna play the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, for his weaknesses, well... Against every other character, he has a really nice disjoint with his pickaxe. Against swordies, his range is laughably bad. He just gets outranged super hard, and he's slow. His grab, it's alright. It's nice having a range to grab most of the time, but sometimes, like, man, I wish I had a frame 6 grab.
Yeah.
Obviously, relying on some resources, but he can camp for those. It's not that big of a deal. And other than that, that's kind of it for his weaknesses. He just very poor mobility, sucks against swords. Not that bad because It's like, oh, I suck at sword, I can't get in the entire game. Then you get in, now it's even.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Camping this character is a strategy that I feel like does actually work once he's got diamond. You know, once he kind of has his condition of like, all right, I've peaked. You know, then you can kind of really abuse. Oh wait, his movement sucks. I'll just play him like I'm playing against Ganondorf back air.
Yeah, he has a lot of he has like a lot of like top tier, like his ledge trapping insane, edge guarding insane, disadvantage insane, advantage insane, combos insane. Then it's just, man, he's so slow.
Yeah. I don't know how reliable platform camping is against this character. Would you like to shed some light on
Depends
that?
on who you are.
Yeah.
But you need more than one mix-up, and that one mix-up is like double jump. You need more than that, because otherwise it's just like, oh, you double jumped? I jumped out of minecart, now I'll just chase you with block.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of characters give him trouble, but kind of like Kirby, except to a lesser extent, he does really well versus the top tiers. Like, he barely loses to Pikachu. He might barely lose to Joker. Maybe it's even because he can run away from Arsene. Palutena, he beats Palutena. Very funny. He just doesn't get to play the game. Yada yada.
Interesting to hear. Taking my last local Palutena result against you, you know.
Didn't happen. I didn't play it. Like, I don't give her timeouts and friendlies, alright? See, she gets camped super hard.
Yeah.
She sucks at breaking blocks. And then, yeah, it's like, yeah, very versatile. He has range against characters who don't have actual swords. And then just everything else is just so good. It's just, can't move.
Yeah, that is true. Buff DK will be top 1. Yeah, they'll make his fair a little faster.
Once they remove tie hurt box and make his fair a little faster, he's top 1 easy. That's all holding him back.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add on, Steve, before we head to the next character?
Twitter shop.
Yeah, shut up, Twitter. All right. Next character. Another player in the Triad plays this one that we play against relatively commonly.
Yoshi.
Yeah, so this character, everyone makes fun of it for being baby easy. And yeah, I guess you could say that. But in my opinion, I feel like Yoshi doesn't play the same game as a lot of characters. Yes, tech chase free, combos, free, out of shield free, recovery free. But like at the same time, I feel like because of all of those things, you play the game differently against Yoshi than you would anyone else, and Yoshi also plays the game differently than you would against a lot of other people as well. And yeah, I can see why people say that this character is easy, but at the same time, this character loses probably the hardest out of this entire list to swords.
Yeah, like the entire game plan against Yoshi is win air to air. You have a sword, you win air to air. It really is that simple.
Yeah, if you can deal with him jumping in on you too, you just kind of win as well. Cause
yeah, look at like Steve, Falcon, me, Brawler. They all struggle against swords. Yoshi has like 0 chance compared to them.
Yeah, the only reason Falcon struggles with swords is because they edge guard him.
Yeah, the reason Steve struggles with swords is because they completely dismantle his slight range advantage against everyone else. They turn it into like such a huge difference. Brawler's just stubby, so it's kind of like Steve, but except he never started with a disjoint.
Yeah, Egg is kind of fake, a little bit.
Egg is fake.
It's good for like coming back from the ledge. I think using that to cover yourself is nice. It's definitely nice. But as far as neutral goes, it's pretty hella fake.
His jab stuff and like grabbly stuff, it's all fake.
Yeah, down B is pretty cheese. Down B shield break stuff. His F smash kills really early, and it's pretty safe. So that's something to take note of. Yeah, that's true.
Mine guarded Swift Baby at 120, and he just took a little hit stun. That was negative.
Yeah, it's something, all right. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, overall, LOL loses really hard to swords. Just can't play the game against them. And yeah. I genuinely think that that's enough to keep you from being anywhere in borderline top tier.
The last character for a while, except for one other character. You all know who it is. Who loses to swords?
All right, my man Olimar.
Swordy,
Yeah, so this character's a swordy until he fights a swordy.
just like Steve.
Yeah, he just mashes buttons so hard, and he can play like him and Steve are. I think this gap right here is so minuscule that it's almost non-existent.
Yeah, they have a lot of similarities. I think, but Olimar is just like, I have side B, which is
Yeah,
huge. That side B pressuring people just be like, come here.
Yeah, I have
Is
side
so
B and a very, very safe way to confirm kills. Just kind of throw it out, just over and over and over again. Like this character, I feel like whenever I first got into Smash, a lot of people told me this character is like a zoner and a camper. No, this guy's a masher, bro.
He forces you to get into his range, and then he mashes. He really has it all.
Yeah,
Then he fights a swordy.
Yeah. It gets edgeguarded super hard by swordies, and you know it's like all of his.
Though.
Yeah, he is short, so that does help a little bit against like aerials and stuff. But he gets out air to air, and down tilt says I don't care that you're short with most swordies, and you know just overall, man, sucks that he just loses to swords.
Yeah, very relatable moment for everyone in this tier so far.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Beat all these characters.
You said what now?
Said which low-key probably beats all the characters in this tier so far.
I'd say it's even between him and Falcon, because Falcon really doesn't lose that hard to swords. It's just that he just gets edge guarded, because his burst range is really good, but that's for the Falcon like the full blown Falcon discussion video, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, next character, Pac-Man.
You thought Falcon was buttons. You thought Steve was buttons. You thought Yoshi was buttons. You thought Olimar was buttons. This character is nothing but mashing moves.
Yeah. Like
he zones you.
Yeah, he also because he zones you, he just also doesn't lose to swords.
So like that's great.
He's
just Olimar, but doesn't lose to swords.
This was another highly contested one for me and Chugs. So I was like, oh man, this character, man, it's so hard to pinpoint an actual weakness with this character, right? And the main thing that I can think of is, I mean, I guess he does technically get outboxed by swords, but he can just camp.
Like swords are not the problem. The problem is like, you have to have a specific set of things.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have multiple of a thing to beat Pac-Man. You cannot just have a sword. You cannot just be good against zoners. Yeah,
the unfortunate thing about that for Pac-Man though is all the swordies above him have a sword and something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, except with the exception of like Lucina, but you know.
Yeah, but her sword's so good that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Fire Hydrant kind of commands neutral the same way Steve Block would. He can just kind of, whiff punish you. He'll whiff punish you for hitting it, and if you jump over it, then you're being forced to jump over by Pac-Man, especially if you have Bell. That'll really make.
Oh yeah, kills out the ass, dude. Like, oh, is he dropped?
Yeah.
Did I hit?
Yeah.
Yes. Free kill. Did I shield it? Okay, I'm plus something.
Yeah, this character has hella ledge trapping, hella like combos for no reason. Like, I don't know. They're
actually real. Like, it's probably the most real tech chase setup in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that this character has. Like, the only thing I can think of is, his grab isn't that crazy, but at the same time, he can compensate for that with Bell, or Bell grab, and Hydrant and pushing. There's a lot of he has his ways. It's a little convoluted and a little situational, but he has his ways.
Yeah.
All right.
That's about it. He just kind of has everything except for it all. He does not have He does not literally have everything, which means he loses some characters because it's ultimate.
Yeah, that's true.
Next character. Wow, I can say the same button speech again.
Yeah. Buttons, and more buttons, and also zones.
Also better zoning than Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
For some God, if he really needed it.
Yeah, he does everything Link does, but better, with the exception of boxing.
Yeah.
right? He has
It's just
oddly, he has oddly good kill power, especially with his up B like up B into up air thing that he got. So you know his out of shield is very threatening. You know he zones a lot better just because Link may be able to throw out like a boomerang in the same time that young Link can throw out 2 fire arrows, and it's like oof.
Yeah. Like short hop fire arrows and landing fire arrows, like what?
Yeah. Character's nuts. Boomerang is just objectively better than Link's.
Literally one of the best projectiles in the game, no doubt. He actually has 2 of the best projectiles in the game.
Yeah.
Fire arrow is so stupid.
So yeah, the main reason why he has a lot of the same stuff as Link and you know as Pac-Man, but I think why he's so much further ahead than Link is having 2 strengths over a Link is, huh?
Shit, is it patch time? Well, let me check my sweats. You keep talking.
All right, but yeah.
Starting around.
If we're doing this in 3s where zoning, buttons, like zoning, mashing, and boxing are the 3 things, young Link wins the 2 out of the 3. So you know he's got to be higher, right? Yeah. All right. Next character.
Character. Woo.
Yeah.
Doesn't love him. Funny man himself.
Yeah.
Runs away from you.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Around.
You know, another one of those characters that you see a lot on Wi-Fi, just because you know his burst range is so crazy. He doesn't lose that hard to swords, just because he whiff punishes really well. So that's
you think about Sonic. You just think about this character can do this. He can run away.
Yeah, that's
about it.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't have amazing movement or like an immediate way to deal with spin dash, they just kind of get ran over by Sonic.
You need to be fast, or you need some sort of cheese. Like you need to have something like Roy side be always beating spin dash. You need to have something like even not even to win, just to keep up.
Yeah,
and just to have to have an even. You need something that annihilates one of his options in order to make it even with Sonic.
No option to spin dash means you lose. An option to spin dash means you're even, and then a way to invalidate spin dash means you win. And that's just
movement and a way to beat spin dash.
Yes. I think that's the best way that we can describe that. I don't really think there's too much more than that, honestly.
It's really linear. He has spin dash. Can you deal with it? Kind of. All right, even.
Yeah.
No, lose. Yes, win.
Like there's other strengths that this character has, like F smash is crazy, you know, he has these weird mix-ups when he does land spin dash, but I think you know the important part is dealing with spin dash, and if you have an answer,
like spin dash is like a umbrella term for spin dash and also camping.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, I think that one was pretty short, and we can just move on to the next one.
Oh, Wi-Fi character to Wi-Fi character today.
All right, Rob.
Character's racist.
Yeah, Rob does a lot of the same stuff that Pac-Man does, except imagine he gets things off of Hydrant and also can box.
He really needed it.
Yeah, down tilt, you know, is his button of choice. You know, at fair swats people out of the air really well, and also puts him in a very advantageous position. While he's not gonna get anything off of fair, he puts the fact that he, you know, smacks you back to the ground, and you know you have to eat landing lag and all that stuff. And he's obviously he's plus on hit, so I don't know, that means a lot. On top of that, ledge trapping is even better because it's so much just easier to.
Neutral distance. What will you do?
Yeah,
the answer is nothing, by the way.
Yeah. He also just kills ridiculously early sometimes. Like, yes, he has like the gyro funny combo that everyone sees, the Twitter clip, into side B, but he can also just run off the stage and raw side B. It's not like he's not gonna make it back.
Yeah, like he really does not get edge guard unless you read him, and they don't react in time.
Yeah.
Like he really has a lot.
Yeah. Not to mention his disadvantage. Yes, it sucks, but at the same time he can mix up his landing really well. Yeah, I think the only thing really holding this character back, he's a big body, right? Having a big body in this game, rough. And he's not I wouldn't consider him a heavy either. He's definitely a little chunky, but he's not like, I don't know. It's
he's not like you're not gonna get DK comboed, but holy shit, dude.
yeah.
You're gonna eat a lot.
His landing being pretty good makes up for it though. Nair, huge, right? Throwing gyro down, pretty big. Fucking back air, down air, being able to stall with up B. He has so many things that it's like, all right, try to catch this character actually.
Yeah, the problem is just combo. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, to the
Unfortunate.
point where characters have like one weakness.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot. Speaking of characters with one weakness, Greninja.
I mean, is there a whole lot to say on this character? Bad out of shield. Everything else is really good.
Yeah, it plays neutral.
His good neutral projectile is insane.
Yeah.
Pretty recovery though, but like you know, it's not that bad.
Yeah, plays neutral really well. Gets raw confirms off of relatively safe stuff. It's very non-committable.
Down tilt's -6.
Yeah, so pretty crazy. Like you said, recovery's meh, but at the same time, it is kind of hard to hit if you
can't do anything about it at all.
Yeah.
Just hold that.
Yeah.
Okay, 2-frame.
Yeah. The only really bad thing about Greninja is his out of shield. It's even worse than Falcon's. Like he has no rising aerials. His obviously up B's not gonna help you. And up smash, lol. Good luck trying to hit that. I looked over it. Yes, the move technically comes out on like frame, I don't know, like 17 or some shit, but it doesn't actually hit to the sides until like frame 20. So
yeah.
And then back air out of shield. Apparently that's frame 7, but and if you're not fighting a super tall, if you're not fighting Sephiroth, it won't matter.
Your mains will tell you, oh, he could just use movement. Well, the problem with with being able to substitute something with something else, that you still have to substitute it.
Yeah, that's true. And on top of that, if he ever has to shield, like the thing is, their answer is just don't shield. But if you just don't shield, that makes your thing a lot more linear, and you're able to get punished a lot easier, and it opens the gate to a lot of other weaknesses.
This is basically Cloud if he was a rushdown character, where you know what's coming. It's just if you can't deal with it, you lose.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, yeah, I think that's really all that needs to be said about Greninja.
And rounding out high tier.
Yeah, this will be the last
favorite. I don't even know. What does this character do? Zone. Mega Man, by the way.
Mega Man.
Camps. Some characters can deal with it.
Yeah, that camping is.
He's the cloud of zoners.
Yeah. I don't know what you're supposed to do against air camping. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, rush camping insane.
Yeah.
It says I'm in the air, you say okay.
Yeah. Character edge guard's like crazy too. Down air is like so non-committable.
There's also -0 on shield, by the way. Projectiles.
Yeah, this character is pretty busted. For no reason. On top of that, he gets combos really well with a gyro. Crazy shield pressure setups. This guy can like shield break you for almost nothing.
Item character too.
Yeah, items are so insane in this game, dude. He also has good like boxing with back air and fair, like good air to air.
It's all right. It gets outranged by a lot of characters,
yeah,
and it's not super duper safe, and it's like I said, it's small and it's like It doesn't lead to a whole lot, but he can do it.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's just a little linear. His up close game is literally just fair and bare.
Yeah, his recovery is a lot harder to edge guard than you think as well.
Back the iframes. That's the Mars quote.
Yeah. The thing that I think really makes Mega Man not the best is he doesn't have a good disadvantage option. That's really, I mean,
he can run away. The best option is to just rush away.
Yeah, and that's all you can really do. He has no, and it's not.
Like I said, he's not great up close. He gets suffocated. No really good out of shield option. He has like his only out of shield option if you're in front of him is Nair, which is like okay, it's all right. It leads into nothing, and
he can item. He can item toss out of shield, which is pretty okay, but
Item toss out of shield is kind of fake. It's really small.
All right, but yeah, I think that rounds everything up. This is it for our high tier portion. And huh? Oh yeah, Palutena. Hold on, I gotta put her in the correct place. All right, there we go.
So,
All right.
Palutena, she used to be a really good character, but then they removed down throw back air, and she just does not have anything anymore.
Yeah, did you know that she has
not anything?
Did you know that she has had no competitive buffs since the start of Ultimate?
It's still competitive buffs since the start of Ultimate.
Yeah. Thank God they removed. Thank God they removed Kalos. I mean, not Kalos. Unova.
The only thing saved her being in her own tier.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, this character. Yeah, just abomination of a character. Yeah. Terrible low tier.
Rough stuff. All right. With that, this concludes the high tier portion. We'll see you guys next time.